The Future of Electric Vehicles, a global perspective on North America, Europe, and China. In Norway, vehicles that emit pollution are effectively taxed out of existence, leading to cleaner air and a quieter environment. Christina Boo, Norwegian EV Association. Imagine a world where the air is fresher and the streets are quieter, all thanks to electric vehicles, EVs. This vision is becoming a reality in some parts of the world. But the journey is far from straightforward. I began my own adventure with hybrid vehicles back in 2010, transitioning through 3 plug-in hybrids before finally purchasing a fully electric VW ID.4 2 years ago. My motivation? I was seeking a vehicle with a longer range, and the VW offered a maximum of 270 miles. Recently, I also acquired a Chevy Equinox. While traveling in Canada, I encountered numerous EVs on the roads. Yet this experience starkly contrasted with the significant decline in EV sales there. In 2024, electric vehicles accounted for 20% of new car sales, but this figure plummeted to just 8% in 2025. On the other hand, the United States has recently set a remarkable record, with over 600,000 EVs sold, representing nearly 8% of all new car sales. Savvy consumers are likely aware that former President Trump's tariffs could lead to increased vehicle prices. Some economists predict an increase of around $4,000 per car. Additionally, the Republican-controlled Congress is poised to eliminate the $7,500 rebate by September 30th. As a result, we can anticipate a downturn in EV sales as Trump actively works against the advancement of a green economy. Globally, EV sales have surged from 10 million to 17 million in just a few years, but certain European nations are witnessing a downturn in sales. This is largely due to mounting pressure on authorities to reconsider the European Union's ambitious goal of banning internal combustion engines, ICE, by 2035. In a bid to protect its automotive industry, the conservative Italian government has called for a reassessment of this ban. Similarly, Germany, a powerhouse in the automotive sector, has enacted legislation that exempts ICE vehicles running on eco-friendly fuels from the 2035 prohibition. Many Eastern European nations are aligning with Italy in opposing the ban on ICE vehicles. Despite these challenges, some European countries have experienced a remarkable increase in EV sales in 2024. For instance, Hungary saw a staggering 48% rise, while Denmark, Belgium, and Greece reported increases of 42%, 37%, and 37% respectively. In June 2025, Norway achieved an astonishing milestone, with 97% of all new car sales being electric, in stark contrast to just 15% across the rest of Europe. Norway has implemented various incentives, such as tax exemptions and reduced fees, to encourage the purchase of EVs. Owners of ICE vehicles are subject to taxes based on weight and CO2 emissions, and a ban on new ICE vehicle sales is set to take effect in 2026. Currently, over 40% of the vehicles in Oslo are electric, with 30% in other major cities. As part of its ambitious goal to achieve carbon neutrality by 2030, Norway plans to transition all city buses to electric by the end of 2025 and ensure that all transport trucks are electric by the end of the decade. Norway boasts more than 27,000 charging stations, most of which are powered by hydroelectric energy, strategically located about every 30 miles along its roadways. In comparison, the United States has only 76,000 chargers, despite having a population that is 62 times larger than Norway's. Furthermore, Trump has halted the $5 billion funding that the Biden administration allocated for expanding public charging infrastructure. In the northern regions of Norway, charging stations are available approximately every 80 miles, and many residents in Norwegian Lapland are opting for all-wheel drive EVs. Just 5 years ago, A Czech car dealership exclusively offered ICE vehicles, but today, its inventory consists entirely of electric models. Although cold weather can reduce battery efficiency by as much as 20%, many new EVs are equipped with engine heaters to alleviate this issue. However, there exists a significant contradiction in Norway's climate objectives, as the country is also a major exporter of oil and gas from its North Sea reserves. Norway could take a cue from Denmark, which has banned new oil and gas exploration in the North Sea and plans to cease all production by 2050. Despite the European Union imposing tariffs ranging from 10% to 45% based on the vehicle model, Chinese electric vehicles are making notable strides in the European market. Interestingly, Norway, not being an EU member, welcomes these high-quality vehicles without any import duties. The Chinese Niro and Tesla Model Ys have gained popularity among taxi drivers in Oslo. Hungary, often seen as an outlier in the EU, is also promoting the import of Chinese EVs. BYD, which stands for Build Your Own Dreams, has emerged as the largest electric vehicle manufacturer in China and has now surpassed Tesla in global sales. To conclude, I would like to share a thought-provoking statement from former General Motors executive Michael Dunn. BYD represents a Chinese industrial model that is leaving American manufacturers behind. Dunn urges U.S. automakers to adopt a bold vision. We need a Manhattan Project for cars to regain our competitive edge. If U.S. manufacturers cannot compete internationally, they may have to retreat to the limited space where they still excel, the domestic market for gas-guzzling trucks and SUVs. As someone who grew up with a mother who believed in the motto, waste not, want not, and a father who was obsessed with fuel efficiency, I invite you to share your thoughts on this evolving landscape of electric vehicles. Do you agree with the direction that the industry is heading? Or do you see potential pitfalls? Feel free to express your opinions in the comments.